Today I'll be making a variation of the peach cobbler my cousin Megan already taught us how to make. I'm calling this concoction fruit cocktail cobbler. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. That you're gonna need, and I do this always in my show up front because I don't want to list it in the description. It's too much work. But here we go. It's 1 cup of regular white sugar, a cup of all-purpose flour that's not sifted, a tablespoon of baking powder. Right here we have 3/4 cups of milk. I've got a big super duper size of the fruit cocktail that we're going to use to replace the peaches with. Of course, we have a cup of brown sugar that's set off to the side because that comes later in the recipe. Cinnamon will come later in the recipe too. And I've got like a block or a pound of butter here, and I took it out because I want to show you guys, because I know a lot of people don't know, because I didn't know all the time either. Somebody showed me, or I looked and saw it one time. But see, it's measured out for you already if you buy the butter by the big block like this. I get this at Costco. And if you cut it at this line, that's just 1/4 cup, and then that would be another quarter, so that would be 1/2 cup, and then you go till you get a whole, right? So 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter is right at this line. And that's all we're going to do to cut it to get 1 stick of butter, okay? So don't worry if you don't have the butter that's already in sticks for you. I don't buy it like that because the extra packaging makes it cost more. So I buy it like this, but it's measured for you. And like I said, I didn't always know, so don't think I'm all that sharp, okay? Anyways, let's get this stuff started over here. We have a big old bowl that we're going to put the batter in. And of course, I forgot to show you our cast iron skillet. And I would advise that you guys invest in that because it's a really good investment, okay? So the first thing, let me get some stuff out the way. First thing we're going to do is add our cup of flour, our cup of sugar, our baking powder. I love these recipes like this that is so simple, right? I didn't tell you guys, we need a little pinch of salt. And you always need a little salt when you're doing sweet things. I try to avoid the salt a whole lot, but it won't hurt. So I'm using just a wire whisk, and I'm going to make this batter almost kind of like a pancake batter, right, but without the egg. And it's as simple as that for the bread part of our fruit cocktail cobbler. That's a mouthful to say, isn't it? So I'm going to set this aside to rest while I move over now to the stove with the cast iron skillet, and we're going to get our stick of butter melted or browned. So let's meet up at the stove. So just like Megan did when she did the peach cobbler, we're just kind of heating up our butter. And I have it on medium because I have it on this big burner that will make it burn pretty fast if I don't watch it, okay? So we're going to let this melt, and we're going to let it heat up real well. We're going to make it get brown actually, okay? So let's give that some time. In the meantime, I'm going to get the fruit open. And of course, I want to drain the water, the syrup, or the juice, whatever it is, off. So our butter is really cooking, and you kind of want to get it on the edges. So it's kind of like if you're greasing your baking pan, right? Kind of want to move it on the edges and let it cook a few more minutes till it's brown. It's kind of foamy, that's why I'm moving it that way. So we want to shut the heat off now. See, it's kind of getting hot there. We don't want it to burn. And so our next step now is to go on ahead and add our batter. It's only been sitting there like maybe 3 minutes, okay? Add it in all this butter. And then at this point, if you were doing the peach cobbler, you would add your slices of peaches. And they can be fresh or from the can. We've made this dish a lot of times since Megan taught us how to make it, but we've made it from canned peaches because we don't get those good peaches like they get out there in Brigham City. Now we're going to add our fruit cocktail. Kind of frying because of the water dripping off of the strainer. Should have really dumped that in a bowl, right? Anyways, that's how cooking is, okay guys? Nothing is perfect. Kind of spread it around. I think the 1 big can will do. I don't think we need anything more than that. If you were using the smaller cans, you'd use a couple. Our brown sugar that we kind of spread around, and this is what caramelizes on the peach cobbler or fruit cocktail cobbler. it caramelizes. I said it correct the first time, right? And that's the part that we like the most. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes we kind of pick the fruit out because we just want the bread and the sugar. So, you know, because I have the show and I have to like upload 2 videos a week, you kind of have to get inventive with some of these recipes. Start concocting things. You know, I live, sleep, eat, and dream this show and these recipes. I just absolutely love, love, love doing this show. Couldn't see myself doing anything different except my day job, right? And cinnamon. And it's about 2 tablespoons that we're going to add. The cinnamon. I love cinnamon. And now we're going to get this in the oven. So I'm preheating the oven right now, and it's supposed to be on 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to bake our fruit cobbler until it's golden brown. Okay, this is fresh out of the oven. See, it's still bubbling. I'm going to let it cool down for 10 minutes before we serve it and see how it came out. Oh my, that looks wonderful. I really shouldn't be doing these sweets early in the morning before I even eat my dinner, right? But here comes the good part, you guys. I know you wish you were here and you could have some, right? This is as good as the peach cobbler, but I think I like the twist on it because I got a piece of peach off of the fruit cocktail and I got a piece of grape. So it had like a nice other little pop in my mouth. It's pretty awesome. I love it. I hope you guys try this, okay? To purchase copies of my book, just visit my website at bearpantryshow.com and click on the store tab. Okay, so this is another one that we hit out of the ballpark, guys. I absolutely love our fruit cocktail cobbler. Thank you, Megan, for teaching us how to do everything else so we could start making some of these awesome variations of your peach cobbler, okay? I want you guys to know that I'm starting a new series of videos. I am making them now and I'm editing them. And I'm kind of storing them until I have a handful of them that I can throw up at the site because I want to make a playlist with it. I'm going to call it like dorm room recipes because I was kind of gearing it towards my college students that are in the dorm rooms and they don't really have a stove or anything to make the meals with, so they kind of have to use electrical appliance. But as I was making the videos, I realized that this could go to for my viewers that has physical challenges. You know, when I was a little kid, I don't know if I've spoke about it before, my grandmother had a stroke, and so my whole growing up with her, because she died when I was 20, we had to work with her physical limitations. But that didn't stop her. She was brilliant, she was a go-getter, and she still did a lot of recipes with me and stuff. But we had to kind of work and improvise with, you know, her left arm being a little bit weaker and so on. And we had to like scale the recipes down so grandma could do it and not feel left out. So I'm going to be gearing this video to my college students and my viewers with some physical challenges. So we're going to be using appliances where you can cook safely in the kitchen, and we're going to make small doses so you can actually do it yourself, all right? You're going to see those come up pretty soon, maybe in the next week or so. I'll start uploading those, and I'll upload them like a bunch at a time. And every time it's going to be one in that series, I'll name it something like dorm room meals or something like that. And anyways, back to this, what was it called again? Fruit cocktail cobbler. I'm inventing stuff, guys, here. I'm just kind of pulling it out from my ear here now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the show, for liking, for telling your friends about the show, and especially telling them to subscribe, you know, because we need subscriptions as we go along. And I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your summer. Until I see you guys again, take care.